Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Pritesh Jadhav and today we shall be understanding a brief about the treatment of lower back pain. So let's get started. Firstly, the prognosis is better for patients who have had pain for less than 3 months of duration. Also, when the leg pain is absent, the prognosis is excellent. That is, a full recovery can be seen in up to 85% patients. But management is controversial. A few well-controlled clinical trials exist for back pain. If the risk factors are absent, initial treatment is symptomatic and no diagnostic tests are necessary. However, clinical trials do not show a benefit from bed rest of greater than 2 days. The possible benefits of early activity, that is a cardiovascular conditioning, disc and cartilage nutrition, bone and muscle strength, increased endorphin levels can be useful for the short-term treatment. A short course of lumbar spinal manipulation or a physical therapy is also a reasonable option. But there is a lack of proof to support acupuncture, ultrasound diathermy, transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation, biofeedback, magnets, traction, electrical stimulation for the treatment of back pain. A self-application of ice or heat or a use of shoe insole is also an option given to its low cost and low risk. Spinal infections, fractures, tumors or a rapidly progressive neurological deficit require an urgent diagnostic evaluation. Drug treatment for acute lower back pain include NSAIDs and acetaminophen, that is paracetamol. Muscle relaxants like cyclobenzaprine may be useful, but sedation is a common side effect of these drugs. Opiates are not clearly superior to NSAIDs or acetaminophen for back pain treatment. No evidence to support oral or injected epidural glucocorticoids for the treatment. Now we shall see for a chronic lower back pain treatment. If the pain lasts for more than 12 weeks, differential diagnosis include most of the conditions that can be seen in systemic illnesses. Chronic back pain can be clarified by neuroimaging and an EMG and nerve conduction studies. Diagnosis of radiculopathy is secure when the results are concordant with the findings of neurological examinations. Treatment should not be based on the neuroimaging alone. Up to 1/3 of the asymptomatic young adults have an herniated lumbar disc by CT scan or MRI. Management is not amenable to a simple algorithmic approach. Treatment is based on the identification of underlying causes. When a specific cause is not found, conservative management is necessary for the betterment of the patient. Drug treatment and the comfort measures are similar to those that have been described for the acute lower back pain. Evidences supporting the use of exercise therapy, effective in returning some patients to work, a diminishing pain and an improving of the walking distances. Cognitive behavior therapy may be useful in some patients. However, the long-term results of these treatments are often unclear. Now we shall see that the alternative therapies including spinal manipulations, the acupunctures, massages that are frequently tried by many patients. However, the trials for these treatments are often mixed to their effectiveness in most patients. Some patients report that a short-term pain relief with percutaneous electrical nerve stimulation is seen, but a recent evidence-based guideline has failed to show the efficacy to this treatment. Epidural glucocorticoids and a facet joint injection are not effective in the absence of radiculopathy. Surgical intervention for chronic lower back pain without radiculopathy is controversial. However, the clinical trials do not support its use for this. So if you found this video informative, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel to bring more such videos to you. Thank you.